cyberprotection of children is a very important matter to address. It has hit home.
Sige, well, it gives you a sense of how complex our world is becoming. Okay, in fact, most of us live in two worlds. The real physical world, like right now, where we're all eyeballing each other, and the virtual world, cyberspace. And there lies the potential, and there also lies a lot of the dangers. Okay, so
child sex offenders increasingly are aware that when they connect to the internet.
So one common online threat we now have is sexting, and that's when adolescents will trade pictures of each other in situations where, sexual situations or even pornographic situations. They're trading them, but they don't realize that later on they could get online and be widely circulated, and those images exist forever. Another phenomenon that we see is sextortion. Now, in the case of sextortion, what we will have is somebody, usually an older man, will groom children online. So the young woman may think she's talking with a 14-year-old, but she's really talking with a 40-year-old man. And over time, he grooms her, and she may share pictures of herself. Another area that we now see is the exploitation of very young children. So about 80% of the images, sexual abuse images of children online, are images of children who are under 10 years of age. And between 6 and 10% are children who are infants. So this is really very, very troubling. Very often the images are not just sexual, but the children actually being tortured online. A few years ago, the Virtual Global Task Force was created. This is a task force of law enforcement people from 15 countries of the world. They also have private sector partners. ECPAD is one of their partners. And we work collaboratively to address the situation.
Article 34 of the Convention of the Rights of the Child requires every state to adopt measures to prevent the inducement or coercion of a child. A child, by the definition of the United Nations, is every human being below the age of 18, unless under the law applicable to the child, majority is attained earlier. As part of its commitment to fight online exploitative acts against children, the Philippines enacted Republic Act 7610 on special protection of children against abuse, exploitation, and discrimination, RA 9775 on child pornography, RA 9262 on anti-violence against women and children, RA 9208 on anti-trafficking in persons, expanded by RA 10364, and finally RA 10175 against cybercrime.
So we help young people realize na ano ba yung pitfalls ng using social media? How can they avoid it? How can they use social media responsibly?
Talk about us, young people. More importantly, resolve to talk to us.
One of the things that struck me, yung key speaker of the youth representative, si Jillian Bastille, it touched me because I do not know much about the young people today. And it was an eye-opener for me to know what the young are thinking and what the young are doing. And also, I was touched by the sharing of Severino, yung journalist, because he was telling us that with this power of the media today, we have power in our hands. And also, one person can make a difference. When we collaborate we can do much more, especially for the protection of children and our young people.
Ang isa sa pinaka-essence nito, especially we are social workers by profession, is yung ating awareness that cybersex is everywhere, and cybersex crime can be done anywhere, anytime. Ang pinaka-essence sa atin ito, it encourages us as child advocates na ma-empower tayo. Itong conference natin makakatulong sa atin ito na may advocate natin hindi lang sa atin kundi within our families, the communities, and of course sa ating work setting.
Yung online cyber pornography po, kasi mga kami investigator ng child cases, especially child pornography cases. Kasama ko po ngayon yung lahat na investigator ko ng Cebu Police Provincial Office. So lahat sila andito para naman prepare sila pag mayroong ganong kaso. Kasi mahirap na. Lahat na lugar ngayon may internet eh. Oo nga. So dapat sila prepare sila na pag may ganong kaso, ready na sila mag-imbestiga. Okay. At hindi naman mag-aware sa mga kabataan doon sa probinsya.
A lot of older people, especially those who handle younger people, whether teaching them or managing them or administering something where youths are involved, are often kind of confused, perplexed, overwhelmed. There's just this huge curiosity about knowing this world of young people today. The difference now is what often divides generations is something that gives a lot of power to young people. Young people are being enabled to use these tools, and they're using them. They're using them all the time. And sometimes the effects are not positive or constructive. It begins with the recognition of its significance, its value. Once you do that, you will make the effort. You will make the time to understand it, to learn it. Kasi that's the first block. It's not that difficult to understand.
Keep going, keep doing this. It's important. What happens in the Philippines is important for countries all over the world.